Greenfield, if you're anything like me, you're a big, dumb, fat, idiot fuckface. Self-deprecation. It's working already. If I seem a little bit uncomfortable up here tonight, it's because I'm so used to performing in jeans. See, denim gets more comfortable the longer that you have it on. Unlike this cock ring. I don't know what it's for, and I don't know how to get it off. But I know we're gonna party here together tonight. How about you guys? Cock ring? Cock ring? Gabe? Cock ring? Great to hear it. I'm 33, but I have a hot 18-year-old Dodge Caravan. It's called the General Lee, because I named it after the way that it runs. How about that? I live in Northampton, Massachusetts, which I love. It's beautiful, and probably most famous for, do you guys know? You can shout it out. So, I heard mischievous crows, that's right. A crow is an animal that makes this noise like it's gonna throw a beer bottle at you. Caw! Crow, you sound like an asshole. And you don't even know that your biggest problem is public relations. They're having a meeting, and one brash young crow stands out from the group and says, "Fellas, I know how we can redeem our terrible reputation. What if we called a group of us something people really like? A crime of some kind." They had a short meeting, and they decided on a murder of crows. After their original first choice, an aggravated rape of crows was decided to be a little bit too hot for TV. That's the story of crow rebranding. Now they get all the bird pussy. And you know, bird pussy is really its own reward. But I don't have to tell you folks that. You look like you've read the Bible a time or two. Huh? All right, we're good. When somebody tells you you have an artistic temperament, that's just a nice way for them to say, you are mentally ill. In a way that works for you occasionally, but not usually. They say that variety is the spice of life, and I agree. That's why when I can, I try to veer wildly between anxiety and depression. And if you don't know the difference between anxiety and depression, I bet you're not very funny. But I'm trying to be like more open and honest sexually, you know? Like what turns me on. And what turns me on is when people don't like me. What sucks about that is that, as I'm sure you folks have already figured out, everybody likes me. Right? All right. Good to see we're on the same page. When I was a kid, I was always afraid of there being monsters in my closet. Kids wouldn't be so afraid of monsters if we told them about pedophiles earlier. Because monsters aren't trying to fuck you. You know, except for Dracula. You guys know this Count Dracula guy? He turns into a bat, flies over you, wipes his bat dick on the back of your neck. Before you even have time to be like, what was that, a fucking bat dick? He's gone! As if by magic. You know, my favorite thing about incest porn, if it's not your cup of tea, you can turn the sound off. It turns right into regular porn. It's very versatile. All right. You guys ever think about the good old days, you know, back when men were men and women were women? And fedoras were just for when Ninja Turtles dressed up like people. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles spend all of their time with an adult human woman news reporter that never breaks the story about there being Ninja Turtles. Were they just trying to fuck her? Perhaps. I'm a big supporter of the anthropomorphic mutant animal community. But come on, Greenfield. If your daughter brought home a mutant turtle, ninja or otherwise, why would they all be ninjas? That's ridiculous. You would be less than enthused. Dad, this is Machiavelli. He's from the sewer.
The sewer?
I have enough going on in my own life without having to worry about some green mutant shooting a radiated turtle jism into my little girl. She's too young to know the secret of the ooze. And I don't know if they have turtle libidos or teenage libidos. And I need to know, because I don't know which is worse. Sure, a turtle is slow as all get out, but he's always making that orgasm face. I don't trust it. I know that buying baby turtles as a pet seems like a cute idea. But remember, they grow up. And they get mutated by ooze. Before you know it, they're fucking your kids all over the place. Fucking the shit out of them. I can tell that's not what you want, Greenfield. You're classy. You ever wake up in the morning and think maybe you've died during the night? Last night I get home, fixing for some macaroni and cheese. And I have regular butter, but I use weed butter that I made with weed. A decision that was exactly as impulsive as it was immediately forgotten about. So I make that macaroni and cheese, and maybe I'm already a little baked. So maybe I eat the whole box. And then, having shamefully filled my tumbly, I stagger over to the bed and crash for what I assume will be a full night's sleep. But 4 hours later, I awake, and the room is melting with colors I've never seen before in any rainbow. My periphery is buzzing with little angels made out of lunch meat that are shooting flames 5 feet in the air. And I realize I've died during the night, and this is what being a ghost is going to be like. But then I run out, and I see the pot of macaroni and cheese, and I remember, oh yeah, the drugs. And that's when I realized this embarrassing incident, I can make something good come out of it. I can teach people. I can be a spokesperson. So now I go around to high schools, and I'm like the Smokey the Bear of remembering that you're on drugs and not a ghost. So on your way home tonight, I thank you to remember that you're on drugs and not a ghost. All right. I recently gave up smoking crack. Thank you. Turns out there are a bunch of spiders in my apartment. But none of them are being birthed fully formed from a mucous membrane in my roommate's face. That was the crack. Does anybody here remember when weed used to be drugs in Massachusetts? I used to think of myself as like a complete outlaw, you know? And then they legalized my drug of choice, and now I'm a total in-law. If I've learned anything from this legalization debacle, it's that sometimes if you have a drug problem, the best solution is to wait it out and see if society catches up. I don't know if that's the best solution. It is the easiest solution. I mean, that's true. The other day, I was on the train in Boston, and I saw this advertisement for an erectile dysfunction medication. It said, you're going to spend an average of 11 minutes on the train. Why not make the most of them? Which to me sounded more like this. Psst. Psst. You going to be on the train for a while? Bumping into strangers and whatnot? What if you did so with a boner? I don't think you're appreciating how difficult things are for the erectile dysfunction advertisers. Nobody wants more hard-ons in 2019. So they're obviously looking for new customers. America, we know that in the midst of this Me Too era, people are real down on the male penis, particularly when it's hard. But we're here to remind you that there are a lot of things you can do with a hard penis that are not sexual, nor are they threatening. For example, sometimes you might just want to be hard for a little extra confidence. Whether you're on the golf course That was a beauty. Or in the boardroom. Got to tell the boss, you deserve that raise. Oh, he'll listen. You bet he will. If you march into his office, look him right in the eyes, and tell him, with a boner. In this campaign, it's going to be called Not Your Dad's Boner, because it's hip and cool for 2019. You know, it's like that song, A Boner for the Kids. You guys know that song? No? All right. Chemically unassisted hard-on was good enough for your grandfather, but who wants to have sex with your grandfather? Nobody. Not even your grandmother. And that's a sad statement on society. Society? All right. I got one last thing I want to say. I work in East Hampton, Massachusetts, which is a sensitive little area that really fancies itself a liberal bastion. But a couple of weeks ago, there was a terrible hate crime committed. Some ne'er-do-well marched out into the woods under cover of darkness and painted a tree. He didn't paint it purple or orange or one of the other colors. He painted it with hate symbols. And although the newspaper wouldn't specify which hate symbols, I used my deductive reasoning to work out that it was a swastika. Why would some ne'er-do-well creep out into the woods to paint a swastika on a tree? The most obvious answer is that it was some paramilitary organization setting up a satellite office on the bike path in order to intimidate some of East Hampton's many forest Jews. Wait, that's ridiculous. It's too simple. The real target all along, I think, was the tree itself. Because it was a maple tree, which is deciduous. You guys have been a crowd, and I love you. Not in a sexual way. Thank you. Give it up for everybody tonight. Your host, Mark Hell.